present simple tense. Lero tugenda kusoma ku present simple tense mu lulimi oluzungu. But here we learn English and Luganda with ease. So at beny 2178, beny 2178, we learn English and Luganda with ease. So lero tugenda kusoma ku eno tense mu luzungu gye bayita present simple tense. Remember, in other words, mu luzungu tulinawo tenses za mirundi esatu mainly. We have what we call, let me write here, we have what we call present tense, we have what we call future tense, and we also have what we call past tense. So these are the three major categories of tenses. Zino zengeri satu zetulina oba yengeri satu gyetwogeramu oluzungu. Tenses, they help in a way that they help us to note, or they help us in communicating with friends or with people. So zino tenses tuzikozesa zituwa enjogera mu luzungu bwetuba nga twogera n'abantu. For example, oba yogera ku bintu ebyayise emabega ogenda kukozesa past tense. When you're talking about events that happened in the past, you're going to use past tense. Oba yogera ku events ezitanaba kubeerawo ezigenda okubeerawo mu maaso, when you're talking about events that will happen in future, you use the future tense. So when you're talking about what is current, you use what we call the present tense. So but with the present tense, zongera oba bayongera ne bagimenyamu ebiwayi. We have present simple tense, present continuous tense, present perfect continuous tense, tujja ziraba mu maaso. But mainly lero tugenda kutunira, we are going to look at present simple tense. Tugenda kutunira tense eno ya present simple tense. So may I know where you're watching from? Nsobola okumanya wa oli mu kulabira, such that we proceed. Remember here, lero tugenda kutunira present simple tense. Tugenda kulaba eno tense. Tugenda kulaba twogera kutya mu present simple tense. How do we deal with present simple tense? Okay, so may I know where you're watching from, please? And we continue. Right now, I'm in Uganda. I'm watching from Uganda. Yes, you're welcome. Mwena abali mu Uganda mbaniriza mu video yaffe ey'olunaku olwaleero. Okay, so mu present simple tense, eno present simple tense wetuba etuyamba okwogerako ebyo ebintu ebibeerawo mu lunaku, bibeerawo mu lunaku oba bibeerawo buli lunaku nga tebikyukakyuka. So when we are dealing with this present simple tense, we talk about events that happen during the day, or they happen often and they take long to change. So with present simple tense, it talks about permanent tasks. So a point to note, it talks about permanent tasks or events. So with present simple tense, enebe yogera ku bintu ebibeerawo mu lunaku oba ebibeerawo buli kaseera nga tebituuka. So permanent kitegeeza ekintu nga tekikyukakyuka. For example, I have a permanent car. Tinine emmotoka yange ku bwange tegenda kukyuka kudda ku mikono gya mulala. So permanent is something which is not changing. Ekintu nga tekikyukakyuka kye bayita permanent. Ndowooza tuli ffenna. Okay, let's proceed. Let's proceed a minute. So permanent ngambye ekintu nga tekikyukakyuka. Ekintu nga it takes long to change, nga tekikyukakyuka kye bayita permanent. Mpola. Okay, so mpola. Okay, so ndowooza mugezezaako okufuna ekifaananyi kikyengezaako okubannyonnyola ku present simple tense. I hope now you understand how we are going to deal with this present simple tense. Okay, so hello, you are welcome. You are welcome wherever you're watching from. Mbaniriza mu video yaffe olunaku olwaleero. Okay then. Okay, let's proceed. So tubaye tugamba nti present simple tense. So with present simple tense, tulina kye bayita positive sentence, we have negative sentences, and we have questions. So, but what you have to know, positive sentences, these agree towards something. So positive sentence ziba zikkiriziganya n'ekintu, as we are going to see in examples. Whereas negative sentences, they disagree. So if positive sentences agree, negative sentences disagree. Okay, we also have questions. Questions are the way how we can ask ourselves some questions when we are in present simple tense. Yengeri gye tubuuzaamu ebibuuzo. So questions are ebibuuzo gy'obuuzaamu ebibuuzo mu present simple tense eno. So with present simple tense, kyolina okumanya, we can formulate positive sentence. Positive sentences, ngambe these ones agree, zino zikkiriziganya n'ekintu ky'oyogeraku. For example, when you say, I am teaching, I am teaching now, that is a positive sentence because you are agreeing towards the action you are performing. So that is a positive sentence. Okkiriziganya n'ekintu. Okukkiriziganya n'ekintu. So you are constructing a positive sentence. These agree. Whereas negative sentences, these ones, they disagree. Tezikkiriziganya na ki kye tuba twagala. So positive sentences zikkiriziganya, they agree. Negative sentences, they disagree. Like when you say, I am walking, that is a positive sentence. You are agreeing towards the action you are doing. Whereas a negative sentence, ogenda gamba, I am not walking. So you are disagreeing with what? With the positive sentence. Questions oba obuuza bibuuzo, you are asking something. Questions. So remember we looked at pronouns. Twagamba pronouns ze zino subject zaffe ze tugenda okukozesa. For example, amannya g'ebintu ge tuba twogera. For example, when you say, I am walking. So I is the subject. So subject is, and when you are using this subject, when you are using I, you, we, or they, after selecting the subject you want to use, these are 4 subjects. So if you are using I, you, we, or they, you say the verb will remain the same. Remember, in a sentence comprises of a verb, subject, and the object. Also, the time of event of the action. Sentence yaffe oba emboozi, we tuba tukola emboozi zibeera ne tuyita subject oba omutwe omukulu gw'oyogerako, ne tubeerawo ne object, ne tubeerawo ne time of event of the action, ne verb kye kikolwa nga we twalaba mu sentence construction. Ndowooza tuli ffenna. Okay, so when you're constructing a positive sentence under present simple tense, ogenda gamba, when you're using I, you say I. For example, the verb we have work. You say I work every day. Ogamba I work every day. So I work every day. You work every day. We work every day. They work every day. So that is a positive sentence. Whereas for negative sentence, for example, when the positive sentence is I work every day. I work every day. So for negative sentence, you're going to say I don't work every day. I don't work every day. Are we together? If you say we eat food every day. We eat food every day. So for negative sentence, ogenda gamba, we don't eat food every day. Hope we are together. So we don't, so we is the subject. Ogenda gamba, we don't eat food every day. So we is the subject. Don't, since we are negative sentence. Eat is the verb, so the verb remains. Verb esigalayo nga weeri. Food is the object. Every day is the time. So we don't eat food every day. Fe tetulya mmere buli lunaku. So wano mu positive sentence wogamba nze oba fe tulya emmere buli lunaku. Eyo positive sentence kubanga oba okkiriziganya n'ekikolwa ky'oli mu kukola kye bayita positive sentence. So zino subject oba okozesaako any of these subjects, when you are using any of these subjects, verb yange ogirekerawo nga weeri. For example, verb twagamba ekigambo ky'ekikolwa. So ogamba fe tulya. So okulya is eat in English. So ogenda gamba fe tulya emmere buli lunaku. We eat food every day. That is a positive sentence. So when you go under negative sentences, you're going to say we don't. We, osooka ne subject, we don't eat food every day. Ffe tetulya mmere buli lunaku. Okay, hope we are together. Okay, tweyongereyo. So when you're forming a question, when your aunt asks a question, you're going to say, do you start with this root word, do? Do we eat food every day? Do I eat food every day? Do they eat food every day? So with the pronouns I, you, we, they, you follow the same thing. Wobanga constructing a sentence mu present simple tense, ng'okozesa pronoun zino. Either nga weeyogerako nze I oba you, gwe, we, ffe, they, bo, ogenda gamba I oba they oba you. You start with the subject, verb ogirekerayo, followed by the object. Nga we nkulaze wano. Oba obuuza question ogenda gamba do ne subject yange wano plus the verb. Do I eat? Do we eat food every day? Do they play every day? Ndowooza tuli ffenna. Okay, let's go to these other subjects. When we're using he, she, oba it, oba okozesa zino subject, any of these ones, ogenda gamba he. So verb yange ogenda kwongerako esi, such that you say he works, she works, it works. Are we together? If our verb I'm using it, ngenda gamba she eats, he eats, it eats. If I loves is he loves, she loves, it loves. Are we together? For example, he plays soccer. He plays soccer. So he plays soccer. If I'm not using he, I can use Martin. Martin plays soccer. Martin azanya omupiira. Ndowooza tuli ffenna. So Martin plays soccer eberamu present simple tense. Martin plays soccer because he does it every day. So Martin plays soccer. If under negative sentence, you're going to say he does not. He doesn't play soccer. He doesn't play soccer. Ye tazanya mupira. So you are disagreeing and it's negative sentence. He doesn't play soccer. Under positive sentence, you're going to say he plays soccer. He doesn't play soccer. Aha. So what if you want to ask a question? Does he? So instead of does one, when you're asking a question, does he play soccer? Does he play soccer? Does he play soccer? Ye azanya omupiira. Okay. Does he play soccer? Ye azanya omupiira. Tuli ffenna. Ate oba oyagala kubuuza ye, does she work every day? Ye akola buli lunaku. Ndowooza tuli ffenna. Oba oyagala kubuuza kyo kiri mukola, does it work? So osooka does followed by the subject yange ne verb tekyuka. Verb only changes when you're using he, she, it under positive sentence. Verb ekyuka oyongerako s okawukamu eno table nga okozesa zino pronoun esatu, he, she oba it. Remember we looked at pronouns. Twalaba ku pronouns engeri zetukozesa. Twagamba pronoun ya I etegeeza nze. You're talking about yourself. Nze I, you gwe, we ffe, they bo. If you didn't watch that video, I made a video on pronouns. Oba nakasigirwa pronouns. You can go and watch playlist 1 erimu pronouns. Okay, he, ye, and she, ye, it, cho. So it is normally used on non-living things or objects. It tugikozesa ku bintu ebitassa oba ebibala oba ebisolo. We use it. For example, it is working. If you don't want to say the phone is working, so the phone can be replaced with it. Nogamba it is working. Kyo kiri mu kukola. Ndowooza tuli ffenna. Okay, so that is how we go about with this present simple tense. Okay, let's have some few examples. For example, oyagala gamba nze nsoma buli lunaku. So I learn every day. That is the positive sentence. For negative sentence, we're going to say I don't learn every day. When you're forming a question, ogenda kubuuza do I learn every day? Ndowooza tuli ffenna. Oba okozesa zino pronoun esatu, verb yange oyongerako s when you're constructing a positive sentence. For example, He learns English every day. Ye asoma oluzungu buli lunaku. Negative oba owakanya, positive sentence. Ye tasoma oluzungu lunaku. He does not learn English every day. Ndowooza tuli ffenna. Hope we are together on that. So that is how we go on using present simple tense. Let's meet up in the next live video. Have a good night. Bye bye. Wait about.